Gate 14 podcast. We are recording this immediately after the Toronto Blue Jays just had a meltdown of the century against the Houston Astros. I'll start off with the boys. JR, what's up, buddy? How you doing, brother?
Not much at all. That was that wasn't what you hoped for, but at least Berrios looked good though.
Yep, looked really good. Avery, what about you, buddy?
Yeah, tough way to end the series. Nothing else I can say about that. Just shitty way to end the series. Man.
Real shitty way, dude. Like, honestly, if we're gonna get legit here, it was catastrophic. That game was 2-1 going in, 2-1 going into the eighth, and it ended up 8-1 or 7-1 or whatever it was. Just an absolute nightmare of a game. But we'll go game by game here. Before that, man, just wanted to give everyone thanks for watching the vlog. I mean, like I said, Judah fucking killed it. Avery, did you get a chance to watch it? Because you said you didn't.
No, I posted it, but I haven't really sat and watched it yet.
Wow, that's just dedication to the craft. Just
yeah,
I could have said anything in there, and you would have posted it.
100%. Yeah, no, I had no creative control, which I'm fine with. Like, T-Mac had to tell me that you chirped me and him within the 9 minutes.
I did not chirp T-Mac. I said T-Mac left at 12:30, which means like he's in like 3 hours worth of traffic right now. That is all I said.
Okay,
I didn't chirp him at all.
Nah, I didn't watch it. There's nothing I can say.
What
did T-Mac say? What do you say?
He was like, "Oh, Johnny managed to make fun of both me and you in this 9 minute
I did not.
video.
He is a little fucking crybaby because I did not make fun of him.
He only said that to me. If he actually would have cried, he would have said it to you.
Yeah, no, I did. I actually said I was with him yesterday. That's all I said on the vlog. Right, JR? I didn't chirp him in the vlog.
You did make a comment.
What?
I don't think it was meant to be a chirp, but you said he's with his wife or something, or like.
No, I said he's with the wife. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I said. I didn't. I said he's like 3 hours late. Yeah, I didn't chirp him. I chirped Avery for just getting the G14 on his foot. I said I got something on my arm here, and Avery just got a G14 on his foot. That's all I said. That's all I said. So credit to me. I didn't chirp Avery at all. But I'm excited for Avery to watch it because that's going to be awesome to kind of see that first reaction of it. But Judah killed it, man. It was like literally professionally done. So it looked like it was just we had the sports.
Just imagine we had him in St. Louis though for all
the.
The thing is, you just get a day and you don't get any of like the real shenanigans, which kind of happened at night that night for you guys. So I think, the one-off Kikuchi vlog. But if we get like a full weekend of us traveling again
with him, like and his camera.
That would be fun
because people would think we're celebrities walking in the bar of a cameraman.
Well, it's it's all the bullshit like after the game where the stuff gets really funny. So
even before, to be honest, like just the dumb shit we would say before the game, and then like how the old takes exposed would probably happen, and just it would be funny. So I'm excited for the future vlogs. Obviously, the vlogs have done great views, great numbers. So thanks to everyone that watched it. Another thing I want to talk about is the picture heard around the world that I posted earlier today. Let me pull it up. Our guy Ricky Tiedeman holding a Gate 14 podcast sign.
That was awesome.
So you guys didn't know anything about this, right? Because this guy DM'd it to me individually.
Was he in YouTube chat yesterday or something like that?
No, he DM'd me individually again. His name is Mike. Shout out MWags2424. He DM'd me individually, and I said it in the stream. I said he gave us a 2 option. Should he just scream at Josh Donaldson, or should he bring a Gate 14 side behind home plate for Ricky Tiedeman? And I said it's a no-brainer to bring the Ricky Tiedeman sign. So what was your guys' first reaction? Because I never told you guys anything about it. Like besides that, I never told you there was a picture, nothing. I never sent it to you. I just posted it. So what was your first reaction, Avery, when you saw that?
I saw the notifications coming in. I was like, what the fuck is this? I couldn't believe it. And then the one we didn't retweet, it was very funny of him holding up the Kikuchi corner style K at the Ricky Tiedeman start in Somerset, which I thought
I did retweet that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
I saw it in the mentions as well, but that was very funny too. I don't know what to say. It just makes me happy, man. Brings a smile to my face seeing Big Dick Rick getting Gate 14 shoved.
He knows we exist. Like, let's not beat around the bush.
You text him once a week.
No, I stopped texting him. I think I deleted his number. I haven't texted him in like 5-6 days. But yeah, Ricky is a known Johnny Junebug guy. He's my guy. Besides the fact it's a one-way relationship via text, but he will come on this podcast at some point And he if he doesn't know about it, he's just, he just is like the smartest, or not the smartest dude ever. He just has no clue. Like, he's just out of touch.
Which is probably a good thing for a guy who's going to be really good one day.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. JR, what did you think? You're not really, you've been a little bit more tapped in on social media. I see you liking tweets and all that type of stuff now. What did you think when you saw the big dick Rick holding the Gate 14 sign?
Well, I saw the picture from the guy who did it, like this morning, that he was bringing the sign. But he just has to know about. There's no way he takes that photo without knowing what this guy is holding up. Like, it has to be a thing that maybe he's just playing hard to get. He's playing.
We have his parents in our back pocket, man. They're Twitter followers.
Yeah, they're a good follow of ours.
Maybe it's like the inside joke that he's trying to fuck with us.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'll
like,
just
you don't take a picture like that.
Yeah, if you don't think it's a good thing, yeah,
for sure. You know what I mean? Like, this fan didn't approach him after the game unless he did. But
yeah, I don't think Ricky's going out of his way to take pictures with random people.
But I think he noticed the sign and liked the sign. But that's just the fucking.
That's wild.
That's all time. That's all time. But
did it say Big Dick Rick on the sign?
No, it said Rick Gate 14 Gate 14 podcast wants Ricky. So that's a great sign. Credit to them. Credit to him for doing that. Honestly, you didn't have to do that through us. And a picture of me coaching kids baseball has been tweeted.
Where?
On the Twitter. Yeah, so let's so let's go
found that.
Skyler. God, that's a bad pick. That's a fucking nightmare. That is catastrophic. But let's go into some of the Jays talk
immediately.
Let's go into some of the Jays talk here, man. So Kevin Gausman got his dick shoved in. Like, that was one of the weirdest Kevin Gausman starts I think I've ever seen in his time as a Toronto Blue Jay. He got shelled in that first inning. He was kind of good the rest of the game, but that first inning was catastrophic.
It was nightmare fuel, as they would say. But to me, I kind of had to watch it back. We had hockey Monday night, and then I watched it back, and either it was they were only swinging at balls they saw up out of the hand, and they just refused to swing at the slide or at the splitter outside of the zone. And maybe they knew it was coming based on how he had tipped, because we remember a pitch tipping issue last season. It was a Minnesota start. Randomly, he got crushed. And I remember he went to a bigger glove after that. He went to the Mega Mitt. We tweeted the Benchwarmers picture of Kevin Gausman on the Mega Mitt because he was tipping his pitches. So yeah, something similar to that. Maybe it was just a really awesome approach they had. So it's either tipping or a great Astros approach. They just hit him. I had the numbers on all his pitches were the same. It's a classic Major League Baseball start where the hitters were just the best hitters in the world. Yeah.
When was the last time the Toronto Blue Jays had a good game plan against a pitcher? When was the last time the Jays put up like an 8 spot? Has that happened this year? Have the Jays, besides the opening day, have the Jays put up an 8 spot yet?
Yeah, the Angels game, the extra
Tigers game too. Tigers, Angels, yeah, they've put up 2 games with over 8 runs in the last whatever it has been. Yeah, 3 games this year with over 8 runs.
What did you think of Gausman, Johnny?
I thought he was good. Besides that first inning, he settled in. Clearly, he saw something on film that he was doing and settled in. But you can't do that going up against a guy like Christian Javier.
No.
You give Christian Javier 2 runs, you're done. It's Jover. It's game over. You give Christian Javier 2 runs. You might as well just fucking leave the field. He is a freak. That dude is a freak.
Yeah, we saw some of that World Baseball Classic too. Fuck, the Houston Astros having that homegrown talent is just testament of how good that front office is and how good it's been. And so that's why they're on a playoff streak like they're on, and they win world championships consistently. But now we got one of their guys, so hoping that the Jays turn that around as well.
Would you? Okay, here we go. Hypothetical. Would you, if James Click was like, either I'm the general manager or I'm fucking out of here, do you fire Ross Atkins?
Yeah,
without a doubt. Snap of a finger, he's done.
I didn't have to really think about that. I don't know I don't really know what Click did in the Astros organization, so I'm being I'm not really taking any facts there, but for me on the surface level. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he won a World Series.
He had a interview with someone recently this week where he said he could see himself in the role he's in right now for a very long time.
He doesn't mean that. He doesn't fucking mean that. That's like, I'm fine being second fiddle for the rest of my life. That's what he's pretty much saying.
Yeah, I'm fine watching my wife fuck someone else for the rest of the time.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's exactly what he is saying. But I guess, yeah, if he wants to, if we can pay him to just do that, then there you go. Take it.
We don't know what he does.
I don't know what he does, but I'm fine with him. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. He is a freak. I need more James Click. I'm a part of the Click clan.
Yep.
Yeah,
Blue Clicks clan.
No, no, we will not be starting that one. But JR, man, I mean, obviously you got to watch that game on Monday or see at least highlights of it. The Jays, what are your thoughts on this Jays offense? Because it is just tonight, obviously we'll talk about it in a little bit. It is just the most hot and cold offense, inconsistent offense I've ever seen in my life. Ever.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't blame the offense for those games like that just get out of hand the first inning. Those have to be the worst games as a hitter. Like when you're losing by 8, everyone's trying to force something, and then it's just brutal as a hitter. But you're right though. It's been super hot and cold. But like it could have easily have broke out tonight, even with that bases load, no outs. I mean, George hit that ball hard.
Yeah.
Bo going down 0-1 in a huge spot because he fucking is taking forever to get to the plate is just ridiculous. But
we'll talk about that for sure. That was so dumb.
But yeah, I think it's just it is a little concerning, but I think I'm more concerned about the consistency in this starting pitching. Just not even giving really ourselves a chance. I mean,
but
I know Berrios,
3 games were quality starts.
Yeah, 2 of the 3, but the odd games that are like the game's over in the first, like those are terrible. Those are brutal.
Yeah, those really kill a series. They kill your bullpen. Nothing good comes from the 7-run first innings.
Yeah,
from
like
the opposition.
Yeah, we can't have this
for sure
thing going on where it's like a pitcher's hot or a pitcher's really cold. Like it's just someone's got to just be consistent across the board. Most of the 3 of the 5 pitchers need to be like that. And right now, the only one who's like that is Kikuchi. So
it's crazy to say that.
The one stat going around Twitter this morning, I believe, was the Jays had over a 9 ERA in the first inning.
No, it's 11.50 after that Gausman start,
which is over 9.
Yeah, true. Okay, yeah, that's a good loophole.
No. I guess you could have inflated it a little bit, Dave, and just said over 11.
Yeah, over 10, over 11, 11.5. But when people say that, it's like, do they correlate with what's actually happening, right? Like it's something that clearly is a stat. Like the stat is there, it is quantifiable data, but what do you get from that? Right? Like how do you game plan differently in the first inning? You're facing their best hitters right away. So usually that's going to help. Like you're going to get hurt more in that situation, you'd think. So for me, it's like we get that stat. It's like, yeah, it kind of sucks. But how, as much as I want to blame Pete Walker for everything bad the pitching staff does, I mean, I don't really know what to say to that. Do you guys take that into account or care?
Not really.
Now, that early in the season,
like what JR said is a great point. I mean, you could rag on this offense all you want, this offense that, but when your pitching staff goes out there like they did on Manoah on Sunday, giving up 4 whatever in the first, and when Gausman gives up 8 in the first on Monday, what the fuck are the hitters supposed to do? Not even the greatest hitters on planet Earth can have the mindset to be like, oh, we're gonna come back from this shit. Like it's such a black hole.
Momentum.
Yeah, it kills every ounce of momentum you have. And you saw it tonight. The Jays crawl back 2-1, bases loaded, obviously get out of it, or like they don't score another run to tie it up. But you have a chance to hold and to still give your hitters a chance down 2-1 or 3-1 or whatever it was at the time, you put in Adam Simber, which we will talk about, which was dumb as fuck, and he gives up a moon bomb, and the Jays are down 8-1 before you can even blink your eyes. It's just the pitching is not. It's a mixture of the hitting and the pitching, but there's not much pitching to rag about from that Astros series. I mean, Kevin Gausman obviously was terrible in the first, settled in, did a good job for the rest of the game, kind of ate up some innings. Chris Bassitt, we'll talk about this game now, game 2. Chris Bassitt, that is why you pay a veteran pitcher, man. Just so many pitches, just an absolute baller, was touching 95, right, Abe? You said that on the stream?
Yeah, it was
he hit 95?
95 for sure. I'll look
95, I think it was. It's just, he settled in, looked great, and that's why you pay veteran pitchers, man. And he, honestly, it was just, it was a start the Toronto Blue Jays needed, especially going from Manoah to Gausman, back-to-back shit starts. Chris Bassitt settles in and looks fucking great. I'm all in on the Chris Bassitt train, man. I really am. He's a veteran pitcher and has looked really, really good since that first start. 3 quality starts after it. So that game was awesome, man.
Yeah, two different pitches that were 94-7 from Chris Bassitt after he was struggling to touch 90 in the spring. And I guess it's a little bit different because we hear him in the spring saying, "Oh, I'm going to work up into my velocity." And as someone who we hadn't seen transition from spring training to the regular season, and we just see 90 consistently kind of in his first start, you get shelled, you start to worry. But maybe we should have trusted the guy a little bit more when he said he was going to figure it out. But fuck, man, I know this is such an old man thing to say. Like my dad, I would go downstairs and be like, "Fuck, like that's how you pitch a baseball game." Someone throwing 92, just attacking the zone all the time. I'm like, "Well, yeah, Dad, but I want to see fucking Mason Miller throwing 100-mile-an-hour cutters instead." He's like, "No, like that's just how it's done right there."
Sometimes it's kind of cool to watch that type of baseball.
100% as well. They're a dying breed of pitcher, I think, of the guy who's going to throw 8 different fucking pitches all the time. But it's exciting, man. You attack the zone, you get the defense in, and it's quick innings like that. You get the team back up to the plate, and then you can keep rolling that momentum all the time. Shows what throwing strikes does for you in baseball. As much as I love the velocity, but attacking guys is always going to be your.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, Abe, but I think a massive part of that being a dying breed now is the implementation, credit to me, big word, of Baseball Savant, Fangraphs, all that stuff showing, oh, this guy hits 99, is sitting 100. If you are a prospect, let's say a middle tier prospect that's throwing low 90s, high 80s, but can eat up innings, there's no hype surrounding you. Name me another prospect in baseball that has a shit ton of hype, but does not touch over 94, 95 for a team. It's a dying breed because that's how the social media, it's like the Mason Miller type, like you said, who does walk a decent amount of guys, is getting hyped up, all that type of stuff. But you probably have a guy that's in AAA right now in some whatever organization throwing 92 with like a 280 ERA that's not getting hyped up at all and not even getting a chance. You see it all the time.
Yeah, the reason those breeds go further is because there's more variables going into. The higher the velocity gets, the harder for them it is to hit, and the more you can fuck up and not need pinpoint control pretty much at the big league level. That's why they think they're going to take those chances on those guys all the time. But you're definitely right. Those guys who get there, going to take a little longer for them to get their opportunities, but the numbers in baseball will always play. Like, sure, the velocity is going to be your first look right away when you're looking at a prospect, right? It's like, how hard does this guy throw? What is his pitches? Spin rates, that type of stuff. But then you go to the stats. Like, people still look at stats for a reason. You look at FIP, Sierra, strikeout minus walk rate. At that point, if you're in the organization already, because the velocity and the spin rate stuff is a lot for the draft, I think. And once you get in there, it's like, hey, these numbers are great. You're getting people out at a consistent rate. That's how I think you move up the minor league totem pole pretty quick. So I think for us as Twitter people, the Savant and the Fangraph stuff will never change. That's what you drool over. But it is, maybe dying breed is the wrong word for it, but it's the way baseball seemed to have been played for a long time, of guys who could run it up to 88 fucking Greg Maddux style and just get people out. And I think the nostalgia of that is what all the old people love.
Yeah, it's definitely like a discussion point because I mean, there's guys here that
we had Alek Manoah last year, man. Same shit.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is, like, from a standpoint of that, I mean, he was a first round draft pick and stuff like that. But 100%. I'm just speaking in terms of like a guy like Marco Estrada, right? Like velocity doesn't fucking go off of the charts, obviously, with that. If he was a prospect in today's society, would he be talked about? Would he be a massive guy? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's a lot of these guys.
Think about Ross Stripling too. Similar.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's just it's a weird conversation. It's a conversation that has to be had because.
But you got to think, like, Drew Hutchison pitched big league innings last year. There is room for guys who are still good.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a discussion to be had, and I just don't know. I just don't know where we're like. Why the Jays just continue to roll these guys out there like Trevor Richards and Adam Simber and stuff like that when a guy that fucking JR's been obviously talking about for years now, Nate Pearson is shoving in AAA. I don't know what more this guy has to do. He's sitting 98, 99, has a sub 2.5 ERA, is striking out the sides now. He has done what he needs to do. Why isn't that guy getting a chance? What, like, I don't understand what the move is here with like latching on to guys like Trevor Richards, like latching on to guys like Adam Simber. Sure, you can show me all the fucking numbers in the book. I'll never like Adam Simber. I just don't know why we're doing this. Like, why do we keep throwing these guys out there when you have Jay Jackson, Nate Pearson, like these guys who have proven to be good, like they deserve at least a chance, and we're not giving them a chance.
Yeah, the best thing for relief pitchers in baseball is having options, pretty much. Being good and having options and having roster flexibility. And you don't have that with Trevor Richards at all. For me, it's Nate Pearson is stretched out to be your long man for a team that doesn't have a long man until Mitch White comes back. So it's kind of missing that. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page that Trevor Richards can go to hell. Probably a good guy. That's just I'm good seeing him. Yeah, I think he had a good outing against the Rays again, right? But it's just like the upside's so much higher with Nate, someone who could even probably spot start for this team.
Yeah, and I know we're recapping the series, but I want to go a little bit off thing here. We got to talk about Nick Frasso.
I don't want.
This is going to go down, in my opinion. And I remember I made a TikTok about him was getting body bagged by these burner accounts about it, or like they thought they were just bringing up these random advanced stats. He fucking rules. Like I was watching that video. Nick Frasso for Mitch White is one of the craziest trades this front office has ever done. Right?
Making a trade with the Houston Astros or the Los Angeles Dodgers almost guarantees that you've been fleeced somehow. If they're willing to do a deal for a prospect, you
I'm looking at his numbers. Oh, this is bad.
He's going to be a top 100 prospect, and he's going to pitch potentially in the big leagues this year. I said it right away too. Before Mitch White got here, it's like that's not the guy I really want to get rid of. So probably a horrific trade if Nick Frasso turns out to be a good major league arm. Yeah, I got nothing. Let's
for the people who don't know who he is, Nick Frasso right now is in Double-A. He's in 98. He has a 1.38 ERA this year, 13 innings pitched, 18 punchies, 1.15 WHIP. His minor league career, he has a 1.63 ERA and 72 innings with 102 strikeouts and a 0.97 WHIP. This is a guy the Toronto Blue Jays traded for Mitch White. Let's just make that clear, because there was
might be real life better than Mitch White when they got traded for each other.
I can't believe that trade. It was insane. You, I didn't know who Nick Frasso was. You were the guy that brought it up when that trade happened. You're like, the Jays traded Nick Frasso. It was insane. It was
kind of. I'm not huge into the prospects. My brain would go fucking nuts if I just started getting into more prospect stuff.
You should get into prospects, Shan. You'd be in a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I don't have the time, or I don't have the clips like our good friend.
Clipped by you know who. Yeah, it's it's a weird situation, especially seeing Nick Frasso absolutely just carve in the minor leagues and just doing it at every single level. It sucks. But let's go back to the game.
What is Mitch up to these days?
I don't know. I seriously don't know. I saw he threw like a simulated game or something like that a couple days ago. I really don't know. Where's Mitch? Where's Mitch? But going back to the game, I mean, that game on Tuesday, Matt Chapman just fucking rules. He just fucking rules, man.
I think if we did like AI simulations, or they looked at every episode we've had this season, those exact words have come out of your mouth every single episode.
It's just the thing is, and obviously I consider myself like a decently optimistic guy. Like I've been pretty optimistic on the TikToks and all that type of stuff like that. I just continue to wait for him to regress and regress and regress, and he just doesn't. Like, he's hitting 397. It's insane. I couldn't believe it. And then you have Vladdy hitting opposite field nukes again, which is just, I mean, he's hitting 338. The middle of the order is doing what they have to do. The only guy that I'm really disappointed in is fucking Dalton Varsho. That's the only guy I'm really disappointed in, who I had really high expectations for. The rest of the guys, I mean, George Springer hitting 208. What the fuck? But he's been hitting the ball really hard, so you can kind of like forgive it and stuff like that. But yeah, that middle of the order is special, man. Who would you say is, besides Matty Chopsticks, like the guy in the order that is really impressing you so far, JR?
I mean, Bo's an easy one, but
that at bat tonight is just gonna fucking
that
hurt my brain.
Was brutal, but I mean, it just seems like we saw some pretty down times last year, even though he led in hits. But I mean, there was a point where he was
by 1 month.
Yeah, he was terrible at one point. But he's come off like you could just tell, man. He's confident. He's confident as hell at the plate. Another guy is probably I mean, I've liked Kevin Kiermaier. I love his approach. I think he's just taking this like, I mean, the Jays have kind of needed someone like this. Just
like a fucking mentality at the plate. Like, I'm just gonna
like he doesn't give a
off.
fuck about hitting. He doesn't give a fuck about hitting extra base hits. Like, he's just looking to get on base. So I think he's going to be, I mean, obviously he's due for some regression, but I don't think his regression will be like as bad as I still think he's going to be walking. I still think he'll be bunting more if he's not hitting well. So like, he's definitely a smart hitter. So I think that Kevin Kiermaier is looking like a really good signing. Kind of balances out how bad Belt's been.
What about you, Abe? Who's besides obviously Chopsticks, who's impressing you the most?
Vlad's approach was something that was really like exciting at the start of the season.
And that was a great at bat he had tonight, by the way. People are ragging on him. That was like a 12 pitch at bat.
Yeah, that was
against one of the best closers or relievers in the game.
The worst part is they swung at a ball to get out too.
Yeah.
For something that he hasn't really. I was reading a Fangraphs article kind of on his swing decisions and stuff. That's been really good. So if you guys like that, check that out on Fangraphs. But yeah, for me, it's been Vlad. We do want to see him elevate the ball more, pull side home runs. But if you're going to be able to backside home runs as well as often as he can, the way he hits the ball, good at bats, just not getting himself out as he's a fucking young guy at the plate, learning how to be a professional hitter. And he's really, really fucking good at that. So Vlad, again, once we get the home run angle up again and we get some, again, whole side home runs from Vlad that are awesome to watch, that he hits 500 feet. That's going to happen at some point this year. And the home run hot streak's going to start.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go outside of the box. I've been tweeting propaganda about him, and then he again proved me right tonight, is Whit Merrifield. Guy's hitting 314, the most sneaky 314 hitter on this team. It's just a guy that is supposed to be at the bottom of the order, playing every day. 314 average, 351 on base, and 392 slugging percentage. If someone like that can produce at the bottom of the order for you, I'm going to take that 10 times out of 10. Whit Merrifield has looked fucking awesome. He stole a base today, and I'm going to count that as a stolen base. But that umpire, I don't know what the fuck the video review guy was doing there. His hand just never came off the base. It was the most dumb shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. So I'm going to go with him. But yeah, it was just I don't know. I'm really impressed with him. So I really do like Whit Merrifield. I do want him to play every single day, as he should. I think he's earned that spot. But yeah, that's been my guy. So let's talk about the game today. Jose Berrios talked to Pedro Martinez and turned into Pedro Martinez. It was his last two starts post Pedro Martinez throwing out the first pitch have been insane. Like 2021 Jose Berrios-esque. He gives up these hits and he just bounces back with a double play ball. That's what he did the last two games against two really good teams. So, man, did he look good tonight, dude. Man, did he fucking look good tonight. And the Jays took him out of the game, which I don't know if I disagree with it or not, but whatever, at 77 pitches through 7 innings.
That's like 3 starts in a row. He hasn't got to 80 pitches, I'm pretty sure. Right? Because Angels, Rays.
How many pitches was he at?
77 pitches through 7 innings. And he was cooking and they took him out. Cooking, JR.
Yeah, that's That's weird.
And if you're gonna take him out, take him out for Swanson.
Take him out and put Pop in. Yeah, like you should be I get it. You want to try Pop in high leverage, but why a situation like that? That's just a forced situation at that point. Like
you guys want
Berrios could have went.
Let's hear it, Dave.
Only 16% four-seam fastballs today.
Wow.
You know what it was also though with Berrios was the Barbarian Steakhouse in Toronto.
Yeah, that's where he was.
Because he went there to eat.
That's where he was at. When me and drunk JR walked past, and this guy said that he was there. But Avery, that's gonna be a good thing for maybe we can get out on the account tomorrow. Is just 16% four seams, and he threw a four seam today that got launched into hell off the top of the wall in center. Yeah, at obviously Minute Maid Park, which is like far as fuck to center. That ball got shot on, and then he just never threw it again.
You look at the average exit velocities. I wasn't able to watch it start. I was at practice today, but just looking at the stats here, the average exit velocity on his slurve 82, sinker 93.7, four seam 94.5, and then changeup 81.4. She's like breaking balls have been his bread and butter, which has helped. Obviously, you need to throw some fastballs and mix it up a little bit, but that's definitely a big time change. He almost threw 50% slurves today.
Holy shit.
49%. He threw 38 of them.
I love this Jose Berrios. I love this version of Jose Berrios. He looks awesome. And he actually, before you could tell he just wasn't confident throwing stuff. Now when he's on the mound, he's like, give me that fucking ball
I'm an
back.
idiot. I was doing average pitch velocity.
Oh, no.
Shen Pop.
Oh, no.
The analytics guy goes down.
The sinker was great, man. The slurve average exit velocity 79. Sinker 69.5. The average exit velocity on his four-seam fastball 99 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the change of 76.
Maybe that is the track. He throws it less and then he can throw 100.
No. They hit it 100 off.
Oh, I thought you said he was throwing it.
Bro. I had fucked it up. I was looking at his velocities before.
JR, dude.
Exit velocity.
Yeah, that's fucking funny, dude. Yeah, we'll see. It was a good start. Hopefully, he can just keep gaining this momentum and keep having this confidence. Because, like I said, man, he does look awesome. So, it's pause.
You just muted yourself, pal.
It seems like we have a mic turnoff situation.
Sounds like a mic turnoff. So I'll go through something that I like to look at again on the pitches. The sinker, the zone contact percentage of the sinker was only 60%, which I think is super good. Johnny, it just sounded like it turned off, buddy.
Is my mic on?
There we go.
Okay, but what I was saying was the only guy out of the starting pitchers that has looked like shit is Alek Manoah.
Yeah, at least the other
that has consistently looked like shit. Because let's be clear here. That start he had against the Royals, he walked the fucking house. Like let's be as clear as possible. He walked the entire fucking everyone there. So
do you want to go through the Barstool Carl video that he made?
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. I actually I had that written in my notes here. Barstool Carl brought up a good point. I hate to say it. I was mad at Hubs for just saying it without stats.
He said it like a dickhead, though.
Yeah, he said it like a dickhead.
And you called him out for being a dickhead.
Yeah, Barstool Carl said it respectfully where he brought up stats and numbers behind it. So if no one saw this video, ideally what he was talking about in the video was last year, Alek Manoah's pitch pace or in between pitch pace was one of the worst in baseball. He had one of the highest. And now, I don't know if people notice when he's pitching, but he's always waiting till like the last second to throw. It's really catching up to him. And now what did he say, Avery, about it being right now? It was something along the lines of where he
was the slowest pitcher in all of baseball with runners on base, like starting pitcher with runners on base. He was just taking forever between pitches. I don't think it's a catch the breath type thing. I'm a big guy who played. It wasn't a catch your breath thing. It's a more mentality focus based thing. And then you get sped up, and that's when things start to kind of rumble out of control. And then sure, maybe there's some fatigue in there, but Alek Manoah has pitched as a big guy his whole life. It doesn't change. Running poles isn't going to help that be any different. But he's just been a slow guy his whole life. It's like Pedro Baez video they always show of him against the the Cubs in like the NLCS 2017, taking them 2 minutes to throw one pitch. It's just like some guys function that way. And Carl brought up relevant stats saying that Alek Manoah was slow last year, and the pitch clock may have sped him up to lead to some other issues, which was the right way to say it, which is why
the correct way with stats where no one can try to body bag you.
Yeah.
He brought up the stats and he's right. The regression was always going to be there. We knew that, but the fact that he is like statistically, with the pace of play is really fucking him is insane to me. So credit to him for actually doing the research on that and stuff like that. So, cause I don't know. He's right. Obviously, if you watch Alek Manoah pitch, and T-Mac said that, right, Abe? He said it looks like when he's watching him pitch, he's like rushing himself to the last second to get ready to go.
Yeah.
So
that's something you think rushing yourself would lead to some mechanical issue for a guy who has probably pretty great mechanics when you're in the big leagues at that level, right?
Yeah, for sure. So that's something to look to on Saturday. I think it's Garrett Cole versus Manoah. Fuck.
We need, if we know what's good for us, we need an Alek Manoah outing from last season so bad.
So bad. But before we go into this Yankee series, I want to talk about John Schneider. John Schneider has been the most brain dead fucking manager with the bullpen decisions this year that I have ever seen since our old boy Charlie Montoyo was at the helm fucking last year. He makes Charlie Montoyo look like a genius right now. So let's go into some of this let's break some of this down here. So today's game, Jose Berrios carving, fine, whatever. He was carving at 77 pitches. I don't disagree with going to the bullpen. Eric Swanson hasn't thrown a ball for the Toronto Blue Jays in what, 3 days? 3 days, maybe? Let me look it up. Let me look when the last time Eric Swanson threw a baseball. The last time Eric Swanson threw a pitch was April 15th. So 5 days tomorrow. 5 days tomorrow, Eric Swanson hasn't thrown a pitch. And going into the Yankee series on Friday, that's going to be 6 days without throwing a professional game baseball. Eric Swanson. John Montoyo, we'll call him, goes in today's game. Jays are down 2-1, right? Obviously, the fucking bases loaded blunder. We'll talk about that in a second. And he puts in Zach Pop, who he has just fucking thrown in the most random situations, down 10, down 5, down 2, up 1, up 2. Zach Pop has no idea what the fuck his role is. He throws Zach Pop in that situation when you have a guy who you literally fucking traded one of your best power hitters for, rotting in the bullpen, who hasn't thrown since last fucking Saturday, and you throw Zach Pop, who's thrown every fucking blowout game the Jays have had this year. He has no idea what his role is, and you let Eric Swanson not even get warm, not even throw. He was warming up in like the 3rd inning, for fuck's sakes. And then when Zach Pop has a meltdown, you put in fucking Adam Simber, and you let Eric Swanson rot on the fucking bench yet again, and Adam Simber gives up a goddamn moon missile to Jeremy Pena. I have no fucking idea what John Schneider did today. This was a classic disaster class. A classic fucking disaster class from John Schneider today. That's all it was.
Well, who's been the one constant between John Schneider and Charlie Montoyo in the last 12 years?
Peter Walker.
Piss drunk Pete. You got to think he's the main guy in making these decisions. He handles his job is to handle the pitching staff. Like John Schneider was a catcher, I believe, right? Coming up.
Yeah.
So he kind of understands how to handle a pitching staff. I think he's putting his trust in Pete as his guy. And it's that, like, you can't make brain dead. Every guy makes the same brain dead decisions all the time. Or maybe you can, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think it's just fucking Pete, man, always in their ears as well. And again, you made an awesome point. Maybe one of your best points of all time, Johnny, is that he doesn't know his role. Zach Pop, you pitch him in games when you should be throwing position players sometimes, and then you put him in the 8th inning against the reigning World Series champions. Sure, you definitely need to get vetted in that situation if you're Zach Pop, and that's what you want to do, and he's gained some of that trust. But you brought in Eric Swanson, and the numbers, he's gotten hit a little bit hard, but he's still 90th percentile expected batting average guy, 90th percentile whiff guy. If
but that's why you trade for guys like that, though.
100%
in that situation.
100%. There's no reason to trade for a low leverage reliever, Teoscar Hernandez. This the dumbest shit of all time. So they need to do some money ball, telling them to put Scott Hatterberg in at first base more often. Then you go out and you trade Carlos Pena so you can play Hatterberg at first. But yeah, I think it's just got to be Pete in their ears, man.
It's funny how Keegan tweeted yesterday and said he talked to Schneider about Pop, and he made a comment pretty much saying, pretty much hyping him up and saying that we have to use him more in high leverage, and then the next day they use him in the high leverage, which is just funny. But there's just like an unnecessary, like I just didn't think, like Johnny said. I mean, I guess maybe the plan was to use Swanson the 9th. I don't know. Super weird.
But then Jordy hadn't pitched days in a row. So
yeah, that is just
and they have an off day tomorrow, which is even more frustrating because now
like,
Swanson is gonna go 6 days without pitching in a big league game. Like, do you think Eric Swanson's there? Like, what am I here for? What the fuck am I here for? Do you think he's at least saying that in the back of his mind? Because he's just going to the park every day just to go to the park and watch fucking baseball. That's what he's doing.
It's not a good look.
I mean, he's thrown in 9 games. How many games have we played? 20.
Yeah, but he hasn't pitched. I guess it's the timeline of him not pitching in a while. That's really pissing me off, I guess. But whatever, we'll see. We'll see what this weekend. But yeah, tough series. Obviously, that Bo Bichette, we got to be better there. George Springer, great at bat, line drive. I expect the batting average is 750, I believe it was on his hit. Can't get mad at George on that. Can't get mad at Vladdy for that at bat. Besides swinging at a ball on 3-2, it was just the Bo Bichette meltdown. I mean, the bat didn't even start, and he was down 0-1 to one of the best relievers in baseball. It was just like, what are we doing here? Like, at least know the moment a little bit. You are playing in a game with a pitch clock, and you go down 0-1. What the fuck are we doing? That was dumb. That was disaster class. That was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, that ruins your at bat. I mean, she fouls off something and then he's down 0-2 just like that.
Yeah.
Like, just like this at bat's done. Like, yeah. And like a crucial time. Like, okay, George gets out. That was just unfortunate. He crushes the ball, but you got to get a run in. Like, you gotta put something in the air here. And
Bowden, yeah.
Right? Going down 0-1 is huge in that spot when you're just trying to get a run in anyway possible. And the only thing you can't have is a strikeout is on your mind. But it's bad. I mean, it's just a tough look with no outs, bases loaded. We could have definitely have. We gotta play better ball than that.
Yeah, it was bad.
Especially when you're top of the orders up with
those aren't
no outs.
As daddy ball bush league as is, those aren't game winning at bats from Bo Bichette.
Yeah,
for sure.
Vladdy and George kind of had those at bats, but it was Bo that didn't have one like that.
Yeah, the guy
like Vlad probably gets it. Like, Vlad's at bat was really good.
He'll get that done. He'll get that done.
Bo, right? Like, he gets that run in even with Footy. That little thing.
He'll get that done at some point this year.
He was kind of chasing all over the zone as soon as he got down 0-1.
Yeah, he really went into chase mode, which was bad against Brian Abreu. He's a freak. So yeah. So let's go into.
I would be shocked if Bo doesn't have more good at bats than bad at bats this season in that situation.
For sure. So let's go into the Yankee series, and then we rely on our season. Yusei Kikuchi again. Kikuchi bump day on Friday, season on the line. I want Iguodala. I want Yusei Kikuchi. Yusei Kikuchi versus the domestic abused piece of shit Domingo Germán on Apple TV. Piece of shit human being. It's all up to Yusei for Friday, man. I do not like these matchups this weekend. I'll be honest with you, man.
They're piss poor.
So we'll go with game one.
Sunday's good.
Sunday should be good. But Kikuchi versus Germán, Manoah versus Garrett Cole. Oh fuck, Garrett Cole's a .95 ERA and he's 4-0. And then Gausman versus whoever goes after Cole. I don't know who goes after Cole in that rotation. Let's go game by game. What?
It's probably Nestor, would it not be?
Oh, it is Nestor. Nestor versus Gausman on the Sunday. So let's go. Let's series prediction here. I mean, game one, I'm gonna throw the must-win tag on it. It's not Nestor, by the way, because Nestor's pitching tomorrow.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm gonna go.
Schmidt, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go game one's must-win. Can we throw the must? Our first. We've thrown 2 must-win tags. We're not even a month in. Can we throw the must-win tag on this, Avery? Is that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy. We're in April. We're in April above 500.
Okay, but it's still must-win for me. Where do you what do you think happens this series, Avery? Because just pray for our mentions.
Yeah, if me, dude. Saturday could be a bloodbath.
Oh. Yes, Saturday's gonna be really bad. I'm just gonna get ahead of this. I might sign out of the Gate 14 Twitter and just let the trolls go at it. What do you guys think? What do you think this series is gonna end up as?
Okay, I'll go. Fuck, what was our record at Yankee Stadium last year? Didn't we sweep the Yankees first series last year there?
It was something like that. I don't remember. It was all blurred against that fucking team. I remember Aaron Judge walking it off Jordan Romano.
Okay, that was later on though.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Vladdy 3-homer game. I'll go 2-1.
Kikuchi and Gausman?
No, I don't think Kikuchi wins. I think I'm gonna go with Alek Manoah finding a way to get it done when his back is firmly against the wall, firmly planted against the wall. He has rumblings as the worst qualified pitcher in Major League Baseball. And he finds a way to get it done. And then Kevin Gausman gets back on his bullshit.
Okay. All right. JR, what are you saying?
I'm saying 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 1 and 2 also. I'm gonna say they win on I'm gonna say they win the Kikuchi start, lose the next 2. I actually, but wait a second. The Yankees don't have a number 2 guy. I just looked. It was Ian Hamilton who started that game that would be lining up for that. I'm gonna fucking turn around. I'm gonna say 2 and 1. I'm gonna say they win Gausman, win Kikuchi Day, lose Manoah. Because Garrett Cole is just on another planet right now. Yeah, the best pitcher in baseball.
It would be awful if he had some regression on Saturday.
Yeah, that would suck. Really that would definitely suck. But the Jays do show out against those Yankees, man. They do.
Yeah.
I was gonna go winners and losers, but I feel like we already talked about
I think we should do losers though.
The losers of this week?
Yeah.
John Schneider's obviously mine again. Who's yours, Avery? That's gonna get cut. We're gonna get that's getting cut. So say another one. I just want JR executive decision 2v3 that has to get cut, right?
Cut
that.
You guys
say another one.
Pussies,
just
man.
At least it's easier for you to edit. It's right at the end.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone. That's the only one I thought of. How about get back to me.
Okay, JR, who's yours?
Mine is Simber. You look like fucking shit.
That's a good one. Shit. Like not Biggio pitch in front of his dad, JR or Avery.
Yeah, that's a tough look. Like son of the old father. That's never good. But I feel like we haven't mentioned Simber.
Yeah, Simber's a good one. Avery, so who's yours brand new one?
Okay, my brand new one is he actually played okay. I'll go Brandon Belt again. I'm out on him, dude.
Yeah, he's bad. The
hit and run was maybe the best highlight of the whole week.
Yeah, I couldn't be more out on him. But anyways, we will see you guys for Fucked Up Friday. Yankees Jays stream. I'm pumped for it. We're 1-0 and fucked up.
Is that actually the name?
Yeah, Fucked Up Friday with Gate 14. I'm pumped for it. We're 1-0 on the Fucked Up Friday streams. Technically 2-0 because we were at the Rays game. And I know we didn't get after it, so it doesn't count. But thank you guys for listening. Thanks for running up the numbers on that vlog. Keep going, man. We're going to keep pushing the content out for everyone. Love you guys. Gate 14 forever.